Greetings. Welcome to Tea Time with Tamar. I'm your host, Tamar, and this is where we take a look at the cities and areas of Maryland. Okay? So hi, welcome. I am actually sitting here with the most wonderful Jay Young. Hi Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
So before we get started, because we have a very interesting topic that I'm so excited about, I want to introduce tonight's tea. We're actually going to be using organic raspberry leaf tea today. So I actually meant to have this already set up, but it's all fine. Take your tea bag and place in there like that. Take your lid off.
Once I figure out how tea works, yes, I can.
Sorry. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You ready for some tea?
Some people like chaos.
Wait. Yeah, that's true. So this tea, this is organic raspberry leaf tea.
I chose it.
Yes, Jay chose it. Jay picked it out, and honestly, I was like, yes, this is my normal go-to tea, and I love it because it just makes me feel really warm and cozy on the inside, but it also just tastes amazing. It's nice and relaxing. So we're actually going to let that steep for a few minutes, and then after which I do have, just so you know, I brought some honey out. We also have some ginger syrup that you're welcome to use.
Okay.
If you would like to, okay?
Thank you.
So while that's preparing, we're going to talk about today's topic. Today, we're going to let Jay talk about it a little bit, but I asked Jay to come join us because she is so amazing. I would like to call her a professional cosplayer.
Professional.
Well, granted, I am new to the game, so enlighten me, Miss J. How would you explain yourself?
Crazy. I have a lot of money apparently that I like to waste on this.
Well, I think it's fun.
It is fun. Like that's why I have a bunch of it.
Okay.
So I bought a lot of things. Every single thing that I bought is man-made.
Wait, what is cosplaying, by the way? Because some of our viewers might not even know what that is.
Cosplay is not even just about the Asian community anymore. It's like you see a cartoon character or any character at this point on TV, in media, on comics, and you just have that feeling that you are them. Like your personality and their personality matches up, or they're like what you want them to be. Yeah. So you spend money,
okay,
and time and patience to make them yours. So say like, oh, I like Iron Man. Iron Man is a very famous, cosplay idea, and a lot of people like to do that.
Yeah.
So they spend hours and hours and hours trying to get like the suit of armor to fit right, to get the face shield like come up and down like on command, to get all of the LEDs and smoke receptors right. It's like a labor of love because you wouldn't do it if you didn't love it.
That's true. You wouldn't do it if you didn't love it.
You would not.
Yeah. So okay, what's the end goal? If I find a character I appreciate and I want to become that character, right? So I'm creating like the look of that character.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And then, so what would I do once it's all done?
You wear it and you bring it out to certain events called conventions. Conventions are very, very varied. That makes sense.
They differ. Yeah.
Yeah. From comic to animation to furry.
Interesting. We'll get into that a little bit later. Okay.
I've been to mostly all of them from a varied position, not to every single convention because I can't travel.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure some of them are far and wide.
Oh, yeah. And just to make it to every single, because I think every single state has like their own Comic-Con. I'm pretty sure.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah, because we have both.
That's true.
Yeah. And, New York Comic-Con is the big famous one, and there is a Texas Comic-Con. There is a Oklahoma Comic-Con. They are called Comic-Cons, and they might even go by city. So how we have Baltimore, they have like Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, I've also heard of like a Star Trek convention.
Yeah, they do have those too.
Yeah, and like, for like different shows.
Yep.
And things.
Oh yeah, they just had, what was that Netflix show? Bridgerton.
What?
I heard there was a Bridgerton.
Oh my.
It was like an event and everybody was dressed up and it was all flowy and everything. I think it went. I don't know. I heard it went well.
I could imagine if it went well. I mean, I would think so.
Yeah.
Especially if people are like really into it. And this is for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Like there aren't like a certain set of people that just can't come. Like, would you think?
Oh yeah. Everybody can come.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long have you been doing this for?
What year is it?
It is 2025.
I started this back in probably 2014.
Wow.
So I've been doing this for quite the time that I've been alive. I think that was like when I left middle school.
Wow.
We used to have Otakon here, but it got too big for its pants, so it moved to Washington, D.C.
Do you go to Washington, D.C. for comic conventions?
I do still attend Otakon. I might not go this year because I have another convention on my radar.
Oh. So?
But yeah, there is, well, you know that there is like Otakon and then there's like the Cherry Blossom Festival, that's what it's called.
Yes, Cherry Blossom Festival, yes.
So they have a big event there and
Do people dress up for that?
yes,
Oh.
they have a whole cosplay competition actually.
That's so wonderful.
I've seen it like a couple of times. Sometimes it's just hot. It happens in like May, April.
Oh, cool. Cool. Okay. May,
Yeah,
April.
that's great.
So, oh, that brings me to another point. So, I guess, do they have conventions like in certain types of weather? Because are they throughout the whole year, or do you notice that some probably don't happen, say, during the cold?
No, actually, while we're talking, the day that this is getting recorded, a video game convention is happening right now
What?
in DC.
In DC?
In the National Harbor. And it's called MagFest.
Magfest. So that's, you said it's a video game convention, so
Yes.
for people who like to play video games.
Yep. It's called, it is a video game convention, but it's to celebrate the art of video game music,
That's beautiful.
specifically. But there's still, the video game hall and it's just great. It's like a 5-day thing. So right now they're on day 2. It's Thursday.
5 days?
Yeah, it's like they started
Oh.
yesterday.
Oh, that sounds great. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sounds
I'm not
expensive.
used to that. Yeah. So you say it's expensive. So how would money be spent? Like what?
Oh, the reason I'm saying this is all expensive is because materials for the cosplay, if you want that, additional things like lighting and smoke, and if you want all of that, like speakers, if you want your cosplay to really stand out, all of that. And then it's just like, all right, I made it, so where do I go with it? Do you find your local con and just wait for it? Or do you just go out and all right, I want to go to this big con with the big hotel. And the big, badges are $100 though.
What?
For a lot of anime ones. Some parts of the conventions like to stay a little cheaper for their community, which I appreciate so much. But
Yes.
yeah. All this price stuff adds up, and then you gotta buy the hotel that you're gonna stay at. It's just yeah, you can get people to stay with you. I hope you do, because I don't know who's gonna pay for $1,000 hotel right then and there, instead of just split it
That's
with 4
true.
people.
I have noticed prices do tend to go up, but so especially if there's a convention coming to town.
Oh
so,
yes.
yes.
People go through the convention's website to book the hotel, and that's how they get the discounts and everything. So,
Well, that's
but
good
it
to
could be
know.
more discounted if you bring 4 people along.
More people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So make sure to just get the 2-bed and make sure you are okay sleeping with your friend.
Cool.
Yeah.
Pile up in the room, basically.
Oh my goodness, you don't understand. Sometimes when I'm going on my way to meet a friend and they are at their hotel room, and then I walk in and it's just 12 people there, and it's a king bedroom. It's just where do you guys sleep? In the bathtub? On the balcony? I don't know.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
I mean, they make the space work. Granted, it's for a couple of days, but it's just
I mean, honestly, if you're with your buddies and it's for a joint agreed thing that
Yeah.
you're all going to, I think that would be totally cool.
Yeah.
So right now we're in Baltimore, right? And I know of Baltimore Comic-Con that happens, right? I'm also aware of AwesomeCon that happens in DC.
Yep.
And Otakon that happens in DC.
Yep.
But I think that's pretty much the extent. No, I know more. In Virginia, I'm trying to think of all the cons I can think of.
That's okay.
In Virginia, there is Blurred Con.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever been to that one?
No.
Yeah.
Every single time I try to go, I have to go to another one.
Oh, yeah. So what kind of cons have you been to?
There is. Oh goodness, I don't know if I want to out myself right here.
Well, whatever you want to offer.
Yeah. Okay. So back in the day, there was a convention called BronyCon, and that was here in Baltimore City, in Inner Harbor, and it was a My Little Pony convention. And of course, I went to it because I was in high school.
I think that's totally fine. I mean, like, you know, I missed it that year, but
It
yeah.
happened like a couple of times. It ended because the show was ending. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
wanted to end off with the show, and like that was their choice, and they left Baltimore without a con. So
True. That does make sense.
But-
So wait, if it's a con based on the show My Little Pony called BronyCon,
Yep.
then does that mean that everyone who comes dresses up like a pony?
if they want to.
If they want to.
Yep.
Okay, so check it.
Yes.
I'm at a con. I walk in the door. What do I see?
Probably the person that is asking you for your badge, and if you don't have it, they escort you to the registration line.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I gotta have your
do have
ticket to get in. Yeah.
If you do have your badge, they'll just look at it, and you just see the entire lobby with a bunch of people, and there's signs pointing everywhere. Unless you have your map that is on the back of your badge or something,
Oh, cool.
or your paper map,
Yeah.
and you just wander around, see what you can find.
Okay, what kind of typical things would I find like after, like in the lobby or past the lobby?
Okay, I'm gonna leave my favorite for last.
Okay, that's cool.
So probably within the lobby is probably the photo shoots that are happening. There are designated photo shoots for designated fandoms. So on
That's
your
cool.
left, there could be like the Disney photo shoot. On your right, it could be the Marvel photo shoot. In front of you, it could be Fortnite.
Wow. That's a
it's-
lot right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of anime conventions do this. So it's just like, with the anime, it was just like, this is an anime convention. Why is like the Disney people here? Why is the Nintendo people here? Why is like,
That's awesome.
because it's not just about anime. It's about pop culture as a whole. So when you go into an anime convention now, it's just like you can just see everything from pop culture to furries. Furries.
Okay, cool.
Just
So these are the photo shoot fandoms.
Yeah.
That you can kind of just like sign up for and like join in on, or do you have to like pay for that?
you don't even have to sign up.
Oh,
You
cool.
can just walk up with your
like with your cosplay on.
yeah, and they'll just call out. Say you're at the Marvel photo shoot, and they say like, okay, all
Avengers.
Wolverines
Oh.
come to the front, and then if you have the Wolverine costume, you waltz up there and you take a picture of all the other Wolverines. And then they'll say like, okay, for the coupled one, all Wolverine and Deadpools get up front. And then they do a cute little pose or something, something, that the fandom knows about. And
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, we want to do this because it's funny.
That'd
Yeah.
be kind of cool. That would be just fun to watch. Honestly, if I'm just like, just walking in my regular clothes and I was just sit there and just like watching people and they're taking pictures, I think it would be it would be awesome in my opinion.
The thing is, it's so easy too. It's like you can, if your fandom can mix with like other fandoms, like Disney can, because you can like bounce around and be like, okay, Disney photo shoot, okay, Star Wars photo shoot, okay, like you could just. Luckily, they have a lot of connections like that, so that's easy.
Well, that's cool.
So,
Awesome. Yeah. All right.
or I've seen like Deadpool Pikachu.
Wow.
So sometimes
Okay.
there's like a lot of different spins on a lot of different cosplays, which makes it more versatile. So you can like jump between photo shoot to photo shoot, or just walk around like that because that's what you want. That's where that comes from.
Whoa, no, say it again.
Detective Pikachu is Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, you're right. That was a cool movie. Detective Pikachu.
I totally forgot about that because I saw the mask at like, where was it? The reptile convention.
Oh, reptile convention. Okay.
I saw it just sitting on the shelf. I'm just like, huh. I wonder why is there a Pikachu Deadpool? And then I just walked away. I just didn't put two and two together.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
But yeah, it's like that was about reptiles. Why am I seeing? I'm just saying, like you can just bundle it all together, so people like of most cultures will just like that.
That's so awesome.
So, I mean, someone bought it. It wasn't there when I came back. So.
Wow, they were about it, huh? Okay. We're right now we're in our imagination. We are in the lobby and we see all the photo shoots happening.
Yes.
Okay. Now I took my picture, or I saw everyone taking a picture. Yes. What else might I see?
You can see the lines.
I believe that. So like these are like crowded events, right?
Oh yeah.
They're not like just 10 people coming, 20 people coming.
Oh yeah. Magfest.
Magfest.
Oh my gosh, this convention. It's just okay.
Okay.
Sometimes events need to notice when they get too big.
Some events do get too big, huh?
Yeah. So the biggest one I've been to is, of course, Otakon. Their numbers from last year was like 40,000.
What?
Yeah. Over 40,000. And then it was like 45.
Wow.
Yeah. All those people.
40,000.
Yep.
I guess over the course of the weekend, right? Mm-hmm. So, oh my God.
They counted everybody that registered that entire event.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah.
Insanity.
So the lines can get crazy, especially if you want to get on an elevator to go back to your room.
You could catch an elevator to your room. That would be convenient versus, leaving the building, going all the way like across the street or somewhere else.
Yeah, a lot of these convention centers have the hotel connected to the hotel, so it's very convenient. Either by like walkway, sky bridge, underground tunnel, or just being a part of it.
Yeah.
So,
okay, cool.
So it's very, very convenient like that. But it's not convenient when the lines are just so long to get your badge, to go up to your room, to just go into the dealer's room. It's just a lot of waiting.
What's the dealer's room?
I want to save that for last.
Okay, we're saving that for last. That's cool. I like that. Anticipation.
Yeah,
okay.
That's mostly like the place you're going to spend most of your hours.
Okay, I guess, okay. Well, it seems like they got something for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. All right, so there's a photo booth. I had fun there. It was awesome. Now I'm trying to go somewhere and I'm in a line. Ooh, I want a burger or something and the line is ridiculous. That's okay. I'll either wait and eat my burger or I will move on and get one later.
I mean, if you're willing to pay $15 for that burger.
Oh.
Not saying like convention food, like you've been to Awesome Con.
Yes.
And you've been seeing the food stalls that are there.
I've been seeing the limited food stalls that are there.
Yeah. It's just like, I never thought I would pay $20 for like a chicken sandwich. I did it. I was hungry. I didn't want to go out. It's not like Baltimore's city has like a lot of places for you to go just get food.
Yeah.
I just don't want to consume Chipotle until I die. So.
Good point. Actually, now that you said food, I'm going to check on this tea, see if it's been steeping enough. Sorry. I know it's been kind of awesome.
Honey.
Yes. Sorry. So we have the raspberry leaf tea, organic. I just grabbed some wildflower honey, so you're welcome to try that out if you would like. There you go. I'm going to see what it tastes like without it, though. Just curious.
I feel, because I'm not an avid tea drinker, but I feel like whenever I'm around you, I just drink the most tea. Even when me and Justin went to that meeting.
Oh yeah.
And we went to the office, and it's like, oh, here's this tea. I'm just like, why is there always tea when I'm around you guys?
But sometimes you just need to leave the lid off and let it steam out, you know?
Yep. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Got lost in the sauce.
No, it's okay. But yeah, that reminded me, the food stalls reminded me of drinking tea because I'm like, I could probably use a sip
Oh yeah,
right
like
now.
the $15 tea.
Yeah.
Just everything is just like $15.
Kind of reminds me, I imagine that at these conventions, they would probably say like, don't bring food inside or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can bring water bottles inside because of dehydration.
Yeah, we don't want anyone passing, especially if you have 40,000 people
Yes.
at your event and somebody passes out because they got dehydrated.
Yeah, especially if you're like waiting outside in line because you need to go get your badge and the line wraps all the way around the building. It's just like, oh my gosh.
I did go to Otakon once, and that line wrapped around 2 times.
Yeah.
And the convention is not a small place, so how can this huge line be around this huge building? And it took forever to get in there.
Yep.
I was so amazed.
That's why they opt for badge mailing. So get your badge early so you can have badge mailing because they only do it for the early people.
Gotcha. I remember that.
I don't know if AwesomeCon does that too, so maybe
They do.
Okay.
They offer it. I just didn't know. Like, you know, you see the options and I'm just like, meh. You know,
I'll do it later.
you don't realize the importance. Like, I could be in lines or I could skip a line. Like, which would you rather do?
Sometimes I just forget. Like I gotta get a badge right now. I got a convention to go to in like March.
Oh, which one are you going to?
This one is. Remember I was talking about the furries?
Okay. We can come back to it if you want.
Okay. I'm only going to it because it's local. It's called Furthermore. And it was originated in Baltimore.
That sounds like so much fun.
Furthermore. So fur the more.
So more of the fur, but further. Okay.
I found out their existence from a pride parade actually. I was
Oh.
just sitting there chilling, and they walked down the parade, and I'm just like, oh, we have a furry convention. Apparently, they started out in Hunt Valley in 2014.
Wow.
So, or 2011-ish. And they moved out of the Maryland area. So it's like, the name is just, okay. So now they're in Virginia. So.
No, yeah.
We have, I want to bring this up because this is very important. You should attend college-run conventions. These are very important, and I miss them so much. And if they don't do well, they just disappear off the face of the earth. It's just like,
All right, well, talk to me now. So what happens with, what a college-run convention is run by the students, right?
Yep.
So talk to me about it.
So the students organize everything from the vendors to the panels to the certain events. And it's very, like, they work really hard. Like, they work really hard. Like, my first one was, like, the one in Towson. And it was called TigerCon.
Yeah, oh yeah, because their mascot is a tiger.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
And they stopped doing that. Like, I looked on their Facebook account, and I saw me. And I was wearing that. Oh, goodness.
It's all good. It's okay.
No, I saved that picture.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's on their Facebook page, and no one looked at it.
This is beautiful.
It's just like, it's sad because I was looking at myself when I was a kid, and it's just like, dang, I don't even go to that. It doesn't exist anymore. But.
Well, I heard that UMBC had one last year or so, I think.
Yeah, UMBC Con. It could have been like Golden Con or Retriever Con.
Retriever Con, I think is was the name. Yeah, honestly, I didn't really know. That was my, like, I just saw like a flyer, or maybe somebody was promoting it on, Facebook or something.
Yeah.
But I didn't really, like, no one ever told me, like, go to the college-run cons. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, that does make sense. They do work hard because college students, they put a lot of effort into things,
Yeah. Yeah, I did go there. It was fun. It was fun. I had like a lot of. I won the competition now.
Yes, I was gonna get to that. That you won a few competitions. So wait, you won a competition at the Towson?
No, that's when I was a baby.
Oh, okay.
I won the competition at the UMBC one.
Oh.
So, yeah. So it happened before the pandemic, I think. Maybe after the pandemic. I don't know. I was like bored and I need to go to something. So me and my friend decided to drive up there and just see the convention, and I decided to get in my full cosplay garb, and yeah, I won.
Great job. Great job.
It was great. It was like such a beautiful campus to take pictures around. Here goes the pictures. It's just like the best scenery and the best. They just normally go for the best scenery. Just like it was great.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. So, okay, I will definitely find and promote some college cons.
Yeah, they're very important, and I miss TigerCon. And just like, just for like any convention, you really miss it when it's gone. Like when BronyCon left, it's just like, I didn't care about all the degeneracy or like, oh, there's grown men at My Little Pony conventions. I didn't care about all that. I just cared about how much fun everybody was having. And it's just kind of gone, and now it's just like, in the convention scene, like Baltimore isn't really known for anything. It was like the final resting place of Otakon, and that's all it's known for.
So sad. It's so hard to hear that.
I know, it's just like, I don't know. I think that just means somebody else needs to make a new convention here if it can survive.
Yeah, actually, on the flip side of things, there was one convention that I went to last year that was like brand new, just starting out, but it kind of like fizzled in the end. Oh. So like they were promoting it, they pulled it together, I attended, but up until like the day before, the day of, it was doing great, but they realized like the place, they had to move hotels, they had to. They lost a lot of their talent because they had to move hotels, and things just started unraveling so quickly.
Oh, which one was this?
Was
it MoroccoCon?
Say it again?
MoroccoCon.
No, it wasn't MoroccoCon. Actually,
okay, do you know which one that is? What I was talking about?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What is MoroccoCon?
It was like a convention that I went to like 2 years ago, and it started out in a hotel next to Camden Yards. It wasn't in the convention center because at that time VidCon was in the convention center. So we decided to attend because it was like the first year of the convention, and I wanted to see how well it's gonna improve, and it went well. There was a lot of people there. I thought like it was already like squished in there. So I thought it went well. So of course I was going to see it next year, right? And then I didn't. They just kind of canceled like a couple of months before it was supposed to start. So
wow,
it was supposed to only be for like one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I just recalled the name of that con. So it was ChromaCon.
Oh.
ChromaCon. So it's brand new. It was started by a small group. I don't know like a ton about it, but it looked amazing in the sense that it's grassroots, because you don't have corporate business people planning these things.
Yeah, of course
not. But like a group of folks got together, they pulled whatever money they had together, they raised a bunch of funds, they put on this show and planned a lot. They had Hollywood talent coming in, they had some folks coming from Japan to attend this con. It was going to be big and huge, but their location was one of the hotels in downtown Baltimore. And that week of the convention, the hotel basically dropped them and said, "We don't have space for you."
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? So right before they're starting their con and people are coming in, they're telling them like, "We're revoking all of our rooms for shows and you won't have a place to put your people." And so they had to scrounge. They had like basically not even a weekend, probably like 2 or 3 days to find an alternate place to be that was way smaller than what they had planned. And which means a lot of their talent couldn't come because, they have no place to be now.
Yeah.
And then, the weather was also kind of frigid because it's in March, which is still a little bit of winter time in Baltimore.
Yeah.
So I still went. I supported where I could, spent my money where I could. And, I was very grateful for what I saw, but I could tell that it was drastically different from what was planned.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, it was basically like, yeah, we won't be able to do this in the years to come.
That really sucks.
It sucks dramatically because as a patron, like, I want to support you guys, but you guys are doing all the work. So, if there's nobody there to do the work, then it kind of sucks. So,
Dang, that poor baby. It looks like she was just a baby.
Yeah, year one. In fact, one of the booths I went to, there was a guy selling coins to commemorate year one of ChromaCon. And he was selling the coins for like $20. And I'm like, what else you got? But still, it's very unique. Okay, so sorry, we didn't get too far in our visualization. All right, so we have, switching gears back to where we were. Lines, yes. Gone to the con, got through the line, got my badge, saw the photo shoot, was like, whoo, yay, all right. Got some food, I was like, okay. Now I'm here, I spent my time, which is already a lot of time so far, just making it in the door.
Yep.
What else is in front of me? What are my options?
Panels.
Panels.
A lot of learning opportunities there.
What kind?
A lot of panels. Really depends on the con. Panels are subjective to the con. Sometimes you'll just get a weird panel of somebody talking about dish soap or something. It's
Cool.
like, I literally went to a panel where they were just like, what is the best soda? And there was like a whole debate on like, why is Fanta the best soda?
My 6-year-old son would agree with that statement. Only because he has a very limited knowledge of soda, and he's like, Fanta is awesome.
I don't know, the store brand soda guys were like kind of putting up a fight. So
Oh wow.
I don't know. It's just like whatever you want the panel to be. You could like walk in. You could like say like, I want to make a panel where we just color in pages all day, and then type the message to the person. Hey, I would like to make this panel, and they look at it. It's like, okay, you can make this panel. You just gotta bring everything, and we'll supply the tables and chairs, and blah blah, blah. And it's just that easy. And then you're just sitting there with like a bunch of people that came to your panel, just there to color. That's it. I literally went to a convention in Virginia where it was just a coloring panel at like midnight.
You know what?
And people were there. They were just like, all right.
I would totally do that though. Granted, there are so many things to do at a convention. And I know I spent a lot of money not to just come here and color.
Yeah.
But if you're stressed out, it's a great stress relief, especially if it's a color by number or something I can just draw.
Yeah, like in this convention, like the bar was upstairs. It's like certain conventions have like an after dark hour. So once it's like past 9 to 10, all the adult stuff happens. Doesn't have to be anything like explicit, but it's just like, the bar opens and everybody's having a great time, and the rave is happening and the party is going, and there's Jackbox games in the corner or something. And it was just like, if you want to relax and de-wind, here's this little quiet area where everybody's coloring and reading books.
That's another thing too. Honestly, sorry.
Okay.
But I will say, like, that's something new. Now, I've kind of been watching the scene from the outside in. Like, I don't really know all the good details that happen in these shows, but I am noticing a larger amount of cons are supplying quiet rooms.
Oh yeah.
And like quiet spaces and like peaceful areas.
I love them.
Oh, so you go. So like, what is it like in there?
So those started back in like 2017.
Okay.
Maybe
2017.
They were really, really like good. So it's like for people to de-stress and de-wind. Like if you have if you're overstimulated a lot, these are like the rooms to go in, and this is like a mainly quiet room. Sometimes you might find beanbag chairs and certain cushions and pillows to like lay on, and there's a reading area, and everybody's like, make sure you turn down your phones and everything, and if you're gonna go talk loudly, like go outside, blah blah. Or we have like manga libraries for like the anime people.
In a convention?
Yeah, they bring like a whole tub full of manga books and set up the shelves and like put every manga book on the shelf. And it's just like you can take one off the shelf and just read it in the area.
Okay, this is why I have trouble. Okay, I have trouble because I know it costs a lot of money to attend these conventions.
Yes.
I know that I'm going to have a blast regardless of what I do. However, they have this perfect balance of things you do not see every day.
Yeah.
And things you are like desperately like begging to see, to like make that impact on your life force. Yep. Right? Mm-hmm. And I have to take that and balance it out with the things I do have access to every day. Like I could go to a library and like the regular library and just check out their manga section. Yeah. Or I could stay home and have my own quiet space. Or I could be in my own room in color.
Yeah.
But I can totally, like knowing who I am, like just me, I will totally waste time doing the normal everyday stuff at this place that I spent a ton of money to get to.
Oh yeah.
So
exactly.
Like, does that happen a lot with other people that you know, or like?
Yep.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Because the reason that you did that is because you might like literally just meet people there that wants to do the same thing with you.
Oh,
like
I would love that. Just saying. To meet a friend that like you have the same interests with, that's awesome.
Like me and this girl, I don't even know her name. We were in one of those arts and crafts panels, and she taught me on how to make a lizard out of beads.
Whoa.
So I have this lizard made out of beads on like my shelf, and I don't even know the girl's name. She just taught it to me. But I just like know if I meet her again at the same convention, it's like, oh, you want to make beads together again? She's like, yeah. It's just like you just gain a convention friend if you want to make that step to make it like a friend and like, you know, get all their socials or whatever. But yeah, I just like that just happens.
That's so cool.
And you guys would never just notice that happened if it wasn't for that coloring page. It's that simple.
You're right. It's all about the personal connections you make.
Yeah.
And I haven't been to a ton, but I have been to a con or two, and that actually happens. Like I bonded with someone else because we were the only two people dressed from the same fandom.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, you know, that was one thing. And then my daughter, she came with me to a con once, and she was just complimenting all the people who were like kind of dressed, but not really. So like somebody just walked around in like normal clothes, but like cat ears. And somebody else had like bunny ears, and that's it. Yeah. And she's like, oh, I love that look. I'm like, this little girl is just complimenting everybody. Just, you see them, can I take a picture with you? Sure. You know, and it's great, you know, just to see the good feeling, the good vibes.
Yeah, it can make somebody's day. Like, it could just be like, oh, this is why I came to this convention. You know, to feel good.
Yes.
So you're not gonna get that like outside. People are just like, "Oh, what are you wearing?"
I know. Yeah, that's true. Like when I got there, everyone was just kind of like looking at you and they're like, "Hi, hello." They didn't know what I was dressed as.
Yeah.
But then I met the one person and we're like,
"Yeah,
dude," you know.
How I would just go up to somebody in my fandom and just like, "Hi," and then there's like, "Hi," and we would just like. We like freak out together that, oh my goodness.
That's so great.
The amount of screaming.
That's wonderful. Okay. Sorry.
No,
Good sidetrack. That's awesome. But yeah, the personal connections are like, that's what you go for. So it's okay to spend your money with color.
Yeah.
You know, and it's okay to make friends. That's hopefully what you would get out of the whole thing, you know? Yeah. All right, so there's lines, there's food, but there's friends, and peaceful de-stress areas.
Yep.
Okay.
And panels.
And panels. Oh yeah.
That was part of the panels.
True. Part of the panels. That's true. Yeah. The panels are cool because, like you said, there are some that are like crazy informative.
Yeah.
And some that are very entertaining.
Yeah.
That have like the big time people coming in, like fancy stars. They have the people who actually were in your fandom who played that person.
Yeah. They're like fandom specific panels. Like you can just go to like, oh, do you want to learn how to make a My Little Pony doll? Do you want to learn how to crochet? Do you want to learn how to make a steampunk gun? It's just like
wow.
There's like a lot. Some panels you got to pay into, like probably the steampunk one because they'll give you the materials and it's not like this is chump change or anything. So.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can understand that because honestly, to attend a crochet panel, if you bring like your own yarn, like if they supply that, that's a lot of money. Like
it's like $5 to $2. It's not like expensive.
Yeah.
It never goes into 20 or anything.
Yeah. Cool.
If you want to spend that, go ahead.
Cool.
I feel like the crocheting one is really good though.
Yeah. Yeah. This is not related, but I was in a yarn shop a few weeks ago and one of the workers was just back there making a thing. She was just going and I thought it was the most amazing thing. First of all, because she was highly skilled and she was just, and I was like, wow, look at your fingers go. But also because whatever she was making was so detailed and amazing. She told me that somebody like out in the open was like, I'll give you $20 for that scarf. And she's like, I paid $100 for the yarn. So $20 is not going to cut it. So,
oh, goodness. Oh.
Just saying, the materials do cost a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, especially when you're supplying them yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So. Okay, so we have the panels.
Right.
So, and like you said, they're the fun ones, they're the informative ones, they're the entertaining ones. Lots of different panels.
Yep.
Then we got the food.
Yep.
What else does a convention offer?
All right, here's the big one. Probably the biggest reason that somebody would attend a con is the dealer's room and the artist alley. So this is like the big boy reason why people attend cons.
Okay.
So, in other words, you pay to get in so you can pay to buy stuff.
You pay to get in so you can pay to buy more stuff.
Yeah.
That is so true. So true.
I was like talking to the UPS worker today, and he's like, "Oh, I would love to go to a convention and try to go to the dealer's room." I was like, "No, you don't. You don't want to do that, Joseph." I was like, "Oh, what?" I think, and he's like, "No, I've been budgeting well." It's just like, okay, that's gonna end immediately. There's nothing like once you see that thing that you like, that thing that you see on that wall, on that booth, it's over. You're already thinking about down payments on a house.
Oh my god.
You're already thinking about switching mortgages. You're already thinking about like taking out another credit card. It's like no.
I will say Artist Alley. I am familiar with Artist Alley. So tempting.
Yeah.
So tempting. And these are just regular people who have their own thing that they're selling, right?
Yep.
So they bring on a product that's related to the convention that they're like, this is my table, I'm selling this thing.
Yep.
And you're just walking along and you look at that and you're just like, whoa, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
The amount of impulse buy. For like, and it's like that for days. If you go there for like days, you get that feeling for days. And it doubles when, Sunday. Sometimes on Sunday they give out discount days because they just don't want to drag it back home. So it's just like,
I'm gonna have to remember that. Okay.
It's just tempting. It's just too much. Too much for the human race to handle.
I agree. Okay, so Artist Alley is like basically the area where people can sell their merch.
Yep.
Right?
So Artist Alley is for individuals that have their individual shops. Dealers Den is more for like vendors that have like mainly the things you've probably seen before if you've ever been to a convention. So like, the One Piece plush, the One Piece fan, the Dragon Ball, whatever popular anime that's out right now, Naruto. I don't know. So you get to see just like a bunch of that, but the artist alley is where you get to see the individuals like shine. Like all of that money, just I feel like it's more worth it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Like, it's really attractive.
Yeah,
It just really is.
that's quite the word for it.
And just to see like all the wonderful things that they have. So I'm surprised too. So I'll go with like some friends, and you would think that these are people who can think straight and say, I brought a certain amount of funds and I'm gonna spend X, Y amount and I'm gonna save the rest.
Yeah.
But you get there and you're surrounded by the most amazing art you've ever seen,
Yep.
or the most amazing literature you've ever seen. And it's so unique. And you know you're never going to see it again unless you're at a convention. And it's just like, whoa. My husband wanted to buy a bag because it said the word bag. But it totally fit with the fandom, and it was the most amazing thing. It's like IT crowd, so from Britain, and it was oh my gosh.
I know. There's like a trend on TikTok right now where it's just like people go up to you and be like, "How much are you spending in the dealer's room?" And you can say like $10, $0, and then it cuts to you just like laying on the ground because you spent like $2,000 and you barely got in the room. So
okay, now talk to me. What is the dealer's room? I've never heard of that one. That term.
The dealer's room is where the big brands kind of go. This is like for Otacon's case. This is like where you find like Crunchyroll or Toonami or like just Funimation.
Okay, like the huge corporations that own the fandoms.
Yeah.
You know.
You can find some artist alley booths in there too because maybe they just ran out of space or maybe one of the vendors dropped out, so now you're here. So it's just like where you find, it's just like, I don't know how to put this. Like you've seen this vendor like a billion times. Like once you've seen them once, you're just like, oh, I'll get that and that. And then you see them again. And then you see them again. And then you see them again. It's just like, it's kind of like that the repetitive thing. Like they never like really change up stock kind of thing.
Oh.
So, I mean, you know, it's fine as, you know, it's mainly there for the people that haven't been there. So.
No, I think that's cool. I think that's awesome.
So I kind of spend most of my time in the artist alley first, and then I'll wander over to the dealer's room just to see what they got.
Oh, okay.
The dealer's room is really great if you're trying to find holiday presents or birthday presents for somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, you know, you've probably seen this before, but your friend probably haven't. So
yeah, I think I might have to check out the dealer's room at my next con.
Yeah, normally whenever I'm doing holiday shopping, I go to a con first. That's why I proportion all my holiday shopping out when I go to a con. So I don't
have a system. I'm gonna have to learn the system.
It's really like, it doesn't make me worry like when holiday season's coming up. I'm just like, oh, I don't have anything. It's like, nope.
No, that's good.
This convention in March, this convention in July, this convention in September, and then I'm all good.
That's fabulous. That's just fabulous.
So my holiday shopping starts in a couple months.
Okay, cool. That's cool. I will also say about Artist Alley that there you'll have like not only people who have created this amazing art, but you also have like these books and the authors of the books that are there, so they could sign the book right there with, you know.
Yeah. Book signage. There's like lines for that.
Yeah,
long lines for that.
So they have like I've got kids, so I hang out in like the kids section a lot, and it's so cute. They got the games and they got like little things that kids could do. Like, that's amazing. Oh, but they also have stuff for like the old folks and like the teenagers, older. You know.
Speaking about the book signage, also they just have celebrities there just doing signage like for voice acting or just like YouTubers, influencers. And I thought that was kind of great when I walked up and I noticed like, oh, the voice actor for like Steven Universe is going to be here. Wow. Or like the voice actor for like the English voice actor for like Goku is going to be here. It's just like, oh wow, that's crazy. And just like, I don't want to pay that price, but I get to look at them.
It's true. Actually, my very first con, like I didn't know anything about it, but my very first con, a friend of mine dragged me to it because she just wanted somebody to hang with. And her main attraction was basically to get Adam West to sign something. Like,
Goodness.
yeah.
Really?
And she almost made it. I'm telling you, she was like 3 people away before he had to leave for the day.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was, and she was very upset. And honestly, I don't even think she went to a con since then. But
Dang.
yeah, I know, right? It's very tragic. But I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, they've got these big time celebrities that are there, and you just value your time with them. You could have photo ops too, right?
I did meet a celebrity.
Oh,
I did. I totally forgot. I have a picture and everything. So we went to a convention here. It's called HorrorCon.
Oh.
So it happened around Halloween, and it was the Scream event. So the movie Scream, and Matthew Leonard was there.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, I need to get a picture with him with this little Springtrap plush because he was in a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. And I'm like, oh, he needs to sign this, and I need him to sign my Scooby-Doo copy of when he was in the Scooby-Doo live action movie. And he was like, when we finally got up there, oh my God, it took so long. It took like 4 hours.
It does take a while. More lines, right?
Yeah, more lines. But everybody was great. They had, of course, Matthew Leonard. The other guy from Scream was there. Since he was 2.
Oh yeah.
I totally forgot his name was. I'm so terrible.
I mean, they're events, so things that happen and then they don't happen again. So it's very nice to have that moment, and you want to document that moment because you're like, I want to remember this 10 years from now, 5 years from now.
Yeah. The only reason I remember that because we were waiting in line because he had to go do a special something because somebody paid a behemoth amount of money to do the special something. And when he came back and I saw everybody was exhausted, he came in the line and started to high five everybody and hug and talk to people, just like everybody that was waiting for him in the line. Aww. I remember that because he pet me on my head. And it's like, I'll never wash my hair again.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I have a picture. It was the best time ever, and he was so sweet. I don't know. He was just the sweetest.
That is beautiful. These are beautiful things. This is why we gotta talk about it.
That's the dealer's room and the artist alley. It's a great, probably a lot of the reason that people go to conventions is because of that.
Yeah.
My reason.
To buy them for myself, but also to support new artists or people you don't know about. You don't want anybody to feel oh, I'm trying it this year, maybe I shouldn't do it next year. Everyone's a little nervous on the inside, So I definitely want to go out and support folks.
Oh yeah, they work really hard. Their art, they work really hard. That's all I can say. So yeah, buy locally. I don't know.
Buy locally owned.
Buy locally owned art. It's great. You get to watch it in your house and you're like, dang, I bought that.
Actually, yeah, I have a lot of art in my house is locally owned.
Yeah, speaking about that HorrorCon, I bought a painted picture of Friday the 13th, Jason in the water.
Oh yeah.
And I was I was about to leave because we got let out the line. We were free for a second. They gave us a number, so we know what number we were while he was doing the event. And I walked past the dealer's room and I saw this picture hanging on the wall. And something stopped me. I'm just I never got stopped by a painting before. So I'm like, how much is it? And the wife of the guy, I don't know, that's terrible.
That's okay. Sorry.
Was manning the booth and she's like, oh, do you like that one? I'm like, oh yeah, I just stopped in my tracks and I just came to stare at it. And it was one of the originals. It wasn't a copy or anything. So,
wow. So the artist was, so his wife was there.
Yeah. So he actually came back and we were talking about it and he's like, honestly, I feel I didn't like it. I thought nobody else was liking it. I thought I messed up on his his perception of like how scary he is, and like now he's not scary anymore because he's already contained. It's just like, no, that scene in the movie was great to me, and I paid for it. He was very, very like happy when I paid for it because he just didn't think anybody would like it. So like now I have a painted piece. I should have gotten him to sign that. I didn't get him to sign that.
Oh no, it's okay.
So,
there's so much to go. It's because all this is happening in like one day.
Yeah.
So like you don't really get many do-overs, you know.
Yeah. But he was like so happy, and I'm so happy to have the painting. And honestly, yeah, I had to like run home to Nana and be like, I bought a painting.
That's another thing too. What about transport? Like,
oh goodness, this every single time I buy a print. I don't buy prints anymore because of this. Because if they get one crease, and it's just like it's over.
Ooh, you bring up a really good point. Okay, so this didn't happen to me at a convention. However, I feel the pain so much every day. I went to a rock concert.
Oh no!
And he spared no expense. Okay, we went to a Death Clock rock concert. Death Clock is an animated series, and the guy who voices like half of the band started a band and sung all of the Death Clock songs.
Wow!
And basically, on stage, you see his band playing. They're all wearing black, and there's a huge screen, and you see the cartoon characters singing the song with his voice, of course. So he's voicing the band, and you see the music video, and you see the live band, and you're just amazed because the whole experience is so amazing. The band is called Death Clock. The series is called Metalocalypse.
Ah.
So it's totally unique in my opinion. I loved it. Cartoon Network, right? So we went a little early, right? We had special tickets or something, you know, and
Good seats.
yeah, but you know, of course they got the merch table, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm like, oh, well, we have this opportunity. There's no line. So let me go buy some merch before the show. And I see a book that was like not too much money, but this book like had the whole history of everything. And I'm like, I love books. And I'm like, this book is awesome. I want this book. And there's no line, but it's before the show. Should I get it now or should I wait till after the show?
It's not gonna be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, it's not going to be there if I wait, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, fine. I'll buy it now before the show. What am I going to do with this? I was like, okay, it's a rock concert, so you don't really carry a bunch, you know? So like I did have a bag. I kind of like rolled it slightly and stuffed it in my tiny bag because it is a rock concert. But during a rock concert, you're not caring about your bag. You're watching the show. You're like, hey, you know? So I'm like, okay, I'm still good. It's not bad. It's in my bag. Everything's protected. I get home and I take it out and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I think I had like a bottle of water that I put in the bag too because it made the perfect cone and the bottle just fit right inside. And I'm like, so it's fine. The book is fine.
Oh, okay.
I was able to dry some of the pages, but it's got wet. It's all curly and it's signed. And I'm like, I had a signed book and now it's all wrinkly and messed up and it looks horrible. It doesn't look horrible. It just looks a little used. And that's what we said. We said, you know what? It's used. It's well used. It's a rock band. Of course, it has to be a little banged up, you know. But and then the thing that got me was, yes, there was a line after the show, but it wasn't that bad. We could have waited, you know.
I mean, yeah.
But then I wasn't sure if they would still have it or not. You know.
No, I understand. I understand. What you were, the band that you say in the band, I'm like, oh, like Gorillaz.
Yeah, totally.
Gorillaz, because that happened to me when I was at a Gorillaz concert.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I saw a T-shirt, and the friend I was with, I was about to buy a T-shirt, and then they started playing Dare, and she's like, "They're playing Dare!" And then she grabbed my hand and just pulled me back to the seat, and I'm just like, my shirt.
Oh no, did you get it?
I mean, I didn't pay for it, but when I came back, they only had small, so I'm just like, oh.
Oh. Wow, Jay, that was awesome. So we are just so grateful that you're here, and we have a ton more to talk about, but we don't want to stop right now. So we're just going to pause it for now and come back a little bit later. All right?
Got it. Okay.
All right. All
Sounds
right.
good.
So Jay is joining us today, and we will see you next time with Jay on TeaTime with Tamar. Thank you. Bye.